We covered this story a while back, but it bears mentioning again. Not only is Hobby Lobby wrong for suing to deny their workers birth control, they're also massive hypocrites. So a lot of their products are made in China. And of course, the factories in China have horrendous working conditions. People are living in extreme poverty. There are few, if any, labor protections. Oftentimes, it's just flat-out slave labor conditions that people are working in. And get this, man, I actually give a lot of credit to Christians because Christians all around the U.S., if you read the Twitter feed of Hobby Lobby, if you read their mentions, Christians were ripping them. So it's not just secular liberals that are mad at the Supreme Court decision and are mad at Hobby Lobby. A lot of Christians, even some right-wing Christians, were like, oh, come on, man, what are you doing? Everything in your store is made in China, or a lot of things in your store are made in China, and you're acting like, well, we have a religious objection to X, Y, and Z. How about a religious objection to the slave labor conditions that your shitty wind chimes are made in? I mean, it's unbelievable that they have that massive blind spot and that massive hypocrisy where they could say, we care about our religion, but not about the core message of our religion, which is from Jesus and it's treating the poor well and caring about the downtrodden in society, etc., etc. Now, keep in mind, China also had a one-child policy. They've just recently loosened up on that a little bit, but it still is largely implemented across the country. There's been 330 million abortions performed there since it was implemented 40 years ago. So there's another hypocrisy angle when it comes to abortion in China. So do they give a shit about violating Christian values if they make money off of it? They don't care at all in that situation. But perhaps an even bigger piece of hypocrisy, and this is what we covered a few months back when the story broke, quote, the Hobby Lobby 401k employee retirement plan held more than $73 million in mutual funds with investments in companies that produce emergency contraceptive pills. They also produce intrauterine devices and drugs commonly used in abortions. These companies include Teva Pharmaceutical Industries, which makes Plan B and Paragard, a copper IUD, and Actavis, which makes a generic version of Plan B. Other stock holdings include Pfizer, the maker of Cytotec and Prostin E2, which are used to induce abortions, Bayer, which manufactures the hormonal IUDs Skyland Mirena, AstraZeneca, which has an Indian subsidiary that manufactures Prostadin, Servaprime, and Partisan, which are 3 drugs commonly used in abortions, and Forest Laboratories, which makes Servadil, a drug used to induce abortions. So they have $73 million invested in mutual funds. They contribute to it. Their workers contribute to it. And they are invested across the board in companies that are involved with contraception. All different kinds, too, all over the map. I didn't even know that many pharmaceutical companies existed. Never mind that many exist and are engaged in making these kinds of things. So to say that they are hypocrites is the biggest understatement of the year. By the way, they also cover in their plan at Hobby Lobby vasectomies and Viagra. Yeah, so much about, oh, no, this is against our moral values. I mean, to pleasure fuck? To have women use birth control and have sex? By the way, they didn't even acknowledge the fact that birth control pills are used for more than just fucking. They also are for different medical conditions like cysts on your ovaries, right? They don't even acknowledge that. But even if we take them at their word that they're mad, well, it's against our Christian values. We don't like the idea of sex outside of marriage. It's just not what we like. Really? You don't like the idea of sex without procreating? That's funny because Viagra, who's using that? 87-year-old, Benjamin down the street with the big suspenders and the big-ass glasses and wrinkled face. It's for getting little scrawny old dicks hard. That's what Viagra's used for. When they're fucking, I guarantee you, they're not baby-making. Are you mad at them? No, you still cover Viagra. You cover vasectomies. A vasectomy is specifically for being able to fuck and not get a woman pregnant. I mean, for fuck's sake, man, the amount of hypocrisy is overwhelming. It's not just like a little piece of hypocrisy in one specific area. They're all over the fucking map with their hypocrisy. And the Supreme Court couldn't see through it, man.